10. I mean,
Can we cut it?
I'm unfiltered, but kind.
This is something that is currently the most exciting for me.
Behind the scenes.
Welcome to Unfiltered with Silvia, the podcast from Nine Coliving. Dive into the nomad life and explore Tenerife. Connect with our amazing community and enjoy the local island vibe. Expect honest conversations and unexpected questions. Stay curious, stay unfiltered. Hi, hola. Bueno, welcome again. Now, today we have Marta. Who's Marta? Why Marta? Because Marta is everywhere lately, right? Like she was in many interviews, in many podcasts. I myself wrote an article about her that if you didn't read, you're late. You should have read it already. And I love doing this. Like here you will find the link. This is super like, no? Bueno, who's Marta? Because in a technical way, I don't want to repeat too much because I think everyone knows this. She's an architect specialized in design spaces. That's a general thing, no? Right? Right now, more like in co-livings lately, but in general, designing.
Yes.
Perfect. She was born in Poland, then she moved to London. And after after lockdown, she started traveling a lot, and now, well, traveling basically.
Digital nomad, that's how we call it.
Digital nomad, that's how we call it. Her life changed a lot, actually. And now you're trying to settle, maybe. I don't know if I can reveal where, but that's Marta, no? Yeah, it's a technical description. If we go to the link. And well, personally, I cannot be super objective because everyone knows I have a personal affection to you. We have a good connection, and we are very good friends. Yeah, I always feel very confident to be with her, like to be me, to be real Silvia.
If you don't trust it, please read the article.
Sí.
I think it proves it. Written with love.
Yeah. And Marta has been at Nine many times, right? Every time she comes, she gives the touch. Well, she did the big touch, was the kitchen at Nine, and help with the remodel, but still, like every time she comes, she does her touch. She buy a plant, a coconut plant, but then she decided voluntarily to gift it to me. No pressure. She decided to gift it to me.
Voluntary.
See, voluntary. You bring fairy lights. That's how you call it.
Yeah, like a Christmas lights.
Christmas lights. Because that's Marta. She's sensitive to beautiness, right? And that's you. Beauty inside, outside. Bueno, let's start with the interview.
Shall we start with the gift?
Sí.
I think it's a very good moment to give you a gift because this is something you mentioned already. I know you love certain type of things from me, so I brought you.
A ver. Yes.
Something to grow for me.
I love it. If you are not watching, I always forget to mention she gifted me super beautiful plant.
It's cute.
Small because it has to grow, right? I love it. What plant is this? You don't know.
It's a palm tree.
A palm tree.
To be honest, I had much better idea. But today I was in free garden shops. I couldn't get it. You know what? Limonello.
Limonero. But they have more limonero, so it's good.
Because you know that was the vitamin C chats from the last year.
Yeah, with Marta, we talk about many things, and lately, because we all get older, luckily, so we need to take care of ourselves. And Marta and me, we are very concerned and aware about the skincare. If you want to get tips, ask us.
We can make a separate podcast about vitamin C.
Vitamin C, very important. Actually, you can see it. You can see
our glow.
Yeah, but lately, this is okay. Whatever, Marta. First thing always in my interview, how did we meet? Do you remember how did we meet? Briefly.
Yeah, I remember. So I came to Nine and you were a very fresh host back
Super
then.
fresh.
I remember you told me that I was your first guest, but then I've heard other people say it's the same. So
yeah, now I don't remember who was the first, but maybe you were my real first like tour, like checking alone, because I did some with Anne and
yeah, so I remember I went to Lanzarote with my family, and then I really wanted to come to Nine, but I had to wait for the 5 days that were free. So even I stayed a week somewhere else in Tenerife, and then finally I could come here with my big suitcase, and then you
and
welcomed
your yoga
me.
mat.
And my
I
yoga
remember
mat.
you with your yoga
Yeah.
mat, your suitcase, and I was
Yeah.
like, I love this girl.
I had a very heavy suitcase, and I remember you helped me bring this up, and it was a very, very nice welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also remember the same and the good vibes in the beginning, right? You
Yeah.
stay in the shirt.
And you were always like super caring, like always asking me if I have everything and if I want to change something. Yeah, so
Yeah, I hope Anne is listening this. Anne, you see?
promotion.
Yeah, promotion. I like how to say it, sudden sutiles, like
Subtle.
subtle things.
Suggestion.
Promotion. Okay, well, yeah, I remember the same. That's how we met. Most of the interviews I'm doing here, I think I met at Nine, but it's good to remember. Bueno, Marta, I go over the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one
Start.
it's easy, I think.
Okay.
So a little intro for the question, because Nine was your first experience in a co-living, right? And I think this was an before and after in your life and in your career. And because you used to be like this traditional Dutch commercial architect designing spaces, yeah, but more traditional. And when you came to Nine, she was super lost. Like she was like, what do I want to do with my life? I don't want to come back to London. I want to travel. Blah, blah, blah. So you took a sabbatical year, and then yeah. So what I wrote here, yeah. We can say, yeah, Nine was the first experience and the one who like set the standards of what a co-living should be or what shouldn't be, you know, for good and for bad, what a co-living should have or not have, the pros, the contras. And I believe like houses are like I wrote this word because in Spanish we say like seres vivos. I think the translation is living beings, right?
Living beings.
Living beings, seres vivos. Like the houses in general change over the years, and based on the people who's living there and the time of the history, they have to change and they have to. So they are challenges for the architectures and for the right. I think that's the biggest challenge. When you do a good design, you have to really think for the needs and of the people, right, and the time of the. So based on that, on the standards and the needs and setting a good design and good structure is crucial. What are the biggest challenges you face right now when you want to design a new space, and what are your principles? Like what is must to be or yeah, and the biggest challenge basically.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I will say it from a perspective of designing co-livings because that's what I do mostly recently.
Your specialization.
And that's also how, like, why I found it super interesting. Because if you design a co-living, you're not designing a house for one person that has some preferences, lifestyle, and then it's so easy to have this one client, one person, and design for this person. It's also not designing a hotel where people come for 2-3 days and they leave, right? So this is, I think something that it's challenging and also interesting to design for like 15, 20 different personality types, but at the same time, make all of them feel at home. So then you have to, design for introverts, extroverts, like making sure that everybody feels okay in the space, right? So it cannot be like too small, because then introverts will feel like overwhelmed. It cannot feel like super spacious, because then the extroverts will like not be able to find people. So yeah, there are like lots
Finding
of
the balance between...
finding the balance. So it's like right sizes and also right distribution. So if you have bedroom, like a person can sleep there, so there's like proper acoustics, so it's not next to the party people. So yeah, this distribution and sizes for sure. And what I also really like, is to always respect the existing building and what's happening in the building at the moment. So yeah, for example, I think here the kitchen at Nine, it's a very good example. So for example, like the inspiration for the colors, for example, like every material that is in the kitchen was actually picked up on something that it's already in the building. So the wood, the color of the wood is the wood that we have in other parts, like the
tiles,
doors,
right?
the tiles, the pink tiles, it's the same color as the front facade of Nine. And I think it just fits. Like I think even Herman, he was a bit worried, like, oh, like this chica will come, and she will design something modern and like will not fit the Canarian vibe. But actually, then he sent me a message and he said like he super likes it.
Yeah.
And many people think that, yeah, when they enter the kitchen, it's like it was always there, that it fits so well.
Everyone loves the kitchen. Yeah. After this, I realized that I want Marta to design my my house. But yeah, and do you think also the budget? It's a big challenge, because I think I also read it in Cesar interview. Cesar, I'm doing promotion. You will maybe I become famous, so you will see.
Yeah.
Do you think that the budget? It's also because you said also co-livings, maybe they don't have a big budget sometimes, and
yeah, like budget is always a consideration, but it's for every project. I mean, it's everyone for everything, right? We want the most quality, most of everything for the lowest price, right? So it's finding this balance, and
you're used to that already.
expect like managing expectations of the client. Like if it's the reason you hire the interior designer or an architect. Yeah, we are not possible to do, like, it's not possible to make miracles, right? Like, if you want quality, you need money. But yeah, I think it's finding a balance. And kitchen is always the most expensive. So this is something you need to have in mind, because it's all the appliances. Yeah. It's always the most expensive part. But like, I personally like to do second hands a lot. I mean, in Tenerife, it wasn't that easy, but for example, in Switzerland, it was amazing, because I think that's what gives character. If you buy everything from a shop, like especially from IKEA, because it's cheaper, I think it feels very standardized and not personal. But if you do a nice blend, I think you can get really nice results.
Muy bien. Muy bien. I like this. Okay. Oh, again, in Cesar interview,
we are not making a copy here.
No. I'm Cesar, I'm your friend. But and this is also another podcast, a different one, but another podcast that I think you should listen. But because I am trying to be more professional, I listened to your interview with Cesar. I think it's the most recent one. Maybe not. Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the topic of families in co-living. Okay. And because I am into that, I have a daughter. I think actually that would be very interesting and challenging in your maybe professional career one day. I think it's not true that you said, and many people say that kids cry a lot. They don't only cry, but it's true that they are louder and they have special needs, and that's what I believe. The kids need something that we don't. They need to play and to explore, and also the parents have other needs. And I think it's very, very important to, of course, if one day you want to design a co-living, to really understand that needs, even though you don't have kids, you really. And I also think finding a really good location, like a good house, is again crucial. I don't know, crucial, whatever. Do you see yourself working in a project like this in the future? Because it's a challenge, Marta. You know the needs of co-livings as digital nomads, but when you have to go out of the comfort zone, how do you feel?
I think that would be super interesting, but as you said exactly, as I explained at the beginning, designing a co-living is already super challenging, interesting / challenging for families. I think that's the next level. I think it can bring lots of benefits, lots of good, because many digital nomads want to have kids, right? But they don't want to stop traveling, and also it would be so nice that kids interact with each other.
Yeah,
so
that's
kids don't feel lonely when they travel, which may happen. And also parents can have potentially more time off because there is one person that takes care after 5 or 6 kids, right? So there are lots of benefits, and I always thought it's great, and I still think. But then I had conversations with some people who, for example, as 2 free families, they went for holidays together, and they faced lots of challenges. Because, for example, they had 2 houses next to each other, so I always imagined this co-living would be like this, like
little
flats,
apartments,
because family needs privacy.
and because
But
we are all
then,
different.
so. Each family is very strong on habits, right? So let's say you have 2 kids and you feed them at 7 and they start crying or
not crying, but whatever.
Loud. They're like it's absorbing, right? And you don't have that much time, I can imagine, to like look after people who live around you, you know. And one family may wake up at 6, 7, and another one likes to sleep until 9. And if a family wakes up at 7, I mean, I think it's a noise. At least the feedback I got. But still, I think it can be designed. I think design for acoustics, like to take acoustic into consideration, that's a solution. Because you can just like design a wall who is like separated. So if one family sleeps longer, they can just close the door, close all the windows, and they're isolated. So they are not bothered.
I see more like maybe like a property where it has different little buildings, and then one big common area in the middle, like a garden and a patio. Not a swimming pool, but everything super safe where you can do common activities like game plan activities. And the houses have been like better one floor, but designing this, and then of course you are not the manager of the business, but designing this, I think it's a challenge. Let's see.
It's very interesting. And as you said, this could be one setup that you are somewhere like in a remote area where you have lots of land, and then you can afford separate buildings, right? And like a massive space, like almost like a mini town, right? But I think it would be also nice to have an option like in a slightly bigger city that you just have one building. So there are lots of options.
Let's see what brings.
I think it will happen, huh?
That brings me to the next question. What are your professional and personal like ambitions or goals? Like, for example, settling down in a place, finding a home, finding a partner, doing a co-living for all people, maybe. I don't know, whatever. What do you have in mind right now, Marta?
I have lots in mind.
If you want to share.
I have lots in mind. So actually now, breaking news. I stopped being a digital nomad a little bit. So I never planned this. I always wanted to travel. Like this was why I came here for the first time, and I really love it. And you know my story. I booked it for 5 days, and I stayed 4 months, and then I kept traveling. But for a while, like since a year, I would say, I was always thinking, it's like, don't know, like it's tiring, and I was missing having a base. So now it's happening. In a month, I decided to move to Switzerland. It was super exciting times.
I'm super happy I will have a place to stay in Switzerland. For
free. We do the house swap. You're invited, of course. So I have my favorite places. So I traveled to lots of places, mostly Europe, but I also been to Thailand, Bali. But like this is it. I decided I love Tenerife and I love Switzerland. So the next 3-4 years, I don't want to travel more. I just want to be between those 2 places. So I had to decide where I get home, and I decided for Switzerland.
Can I say, well, if not, we cut it. But when she was explaining me that she was choosing between Tenerife and Switzerland, she did this list of pros and cons, and Tenerife won. But she decided the opposite. That's how we Marta make decisions.
No, I think it's actually super nice because I actually I take this thing super seriously. So I did the vision board, like images of my best life in Tenerife and in Switzerland, and also collecting pictures from the past, like how I felt in the moments with people. And I was like, when I was doing Tenerife, it was like, oh my god, and it's like, and Silvika and Brigi and Anna and Denise and everyone. I was like, oh my god, like all my best people are here. And also like, I love beach, I love my body better here because it's nice and tan
With the vitamins.
so it was like obvious, but then internally I was really trying to find arguments for Switzerland. How can I find arguments for Switzerland? And I don't know why, but it's just my gut feeling that tells me Switzerland.
Perfect. And also, something you mentioned, and it tells about actually who you are, the things you care. She said, like in Switzerland, she felt really connected with the design of the houses, right? Like the wood, the architecture, the design, and there you felt like home. I was like, yeah, that's mad. Yeah, something I wrote. Sorry, because I want to mention, you're very sensitive to beautiness, right? As I said, and that's why we are friends because you appreciate my beautiness, my beauty. Yeah, I wanted to add because when I was writing, it was like, yeah.
Of course, Silvika.
And professional, do you have any like? Bueno, yeah, you are working in Sona.
In all aspects of my life, I think it's a big exploration. So privately exploring with chicos and also with professional life the
But
same.
it's super fun. You said now, and with chicas again now.
Chicas as well, friends, everything, and professionally as well. So I'm doing many things now. I have my freelance job. I have my company that designs spaces for digital nomads. So that's what I do as well, as you know. And then I met now friend Enes in Switzerland in a co-living, and he asked me if I want to do a startup with him. And it's AI generated interior design. So that's what I do now with also his good friend. So we are free doing this, and this is something that is currently the most exciting for me. Because it's a startup world, and it's just fun, and it seems like we're successful. We now have more than 2,000 users, and yeah, people super like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. It's really, really good. Really good. I love it.
I like it as well.
I told you there are things you have to improve, like the outside design, the outdoor designs. For outdoor kitchen.
Because we know you need a garden. Huh?
I need a outside kitchen. But yeah.
At the moment, only interiors, but yeah.
But
we will do this for you. It's the next thing, yeah.
The next thing. No, but I like you are always like trying to improve and get better and finding your place.
Yeah.
It's very good, Martita. Vale, next question. What are your must to take with you when you travel? Apart from the Christmas lights?
No, I didn't take them this time.
That's it?
No, I didn't take the lights this time.
No? Too bad. Bueno, then what are your must? And the skincare routine? I don't know. Some people travel like...
I always take yoga mat with me, so that's something that differentiates
Even
me.
though you don't do that much yoga anymore?
I do lots of yoga. I had broken finger because of snowboard for 2 months.
Yeah, you're sportive.
So I couldn't do it, but yeah, I even brought my yoga mat with me. Sometimes yoga block. It's true that sometimes I travel with Christmas lights. Sometimes because I'm sensitive to things, I travel with my light bulbs because
with what?
Light bulbs. Al bulbo, no, for la luz.
La bombilla.
Yes.
You travel with that?
Well, it has happened. Because sometimes I arrive to a place and you enter the bedroom and it's just too bright and too cold. So then I go to the shop and then I buy a new one. And then, if I go to the next place, I take it with me.
Okay, nice. Yeah, some people travel with weird things. You should... you should know, but some people travel with spices and it's a must for them, like spices for cooking.
No, I don't. I take random things. I like whatever I like at the moment. Huh? I travel with almond butter now, for example,
Do you
from
think
Poland.
you're good at when you're doing your ¿cómo se llama? La maleta, the suitcase? Are you good at?
I became better. First time I arrived to Nine, as we said, you were helping me to bring it up. It was a lot. I arrived to airport in London. It was 35 kilos. I had to pay a big penalty, but yeah, I couldn't remove things. And now I travel with 15 kilos.
Amazing.
So I reduced a lot.
Do you have these little bags where you can separate like your t-shirts, your pants? I like it. I like them.
I like to be efficient when I pack because
They are efficient.
I like to pack in the morning before my flight because I don't like to have packed things like the night before when I still have to use things. So I like to pack in 15 minutes so I don't have time for bags.
Ah, bueno. Okay. Maybe this is repetitive. Let's see if we now remove. What do you like the most and the least about your work? You said that already, right? Like, okay, we continue. And also this one you already kind of replied. This is asking for a friend, but not having enough money, like I mean, not being super rich. Sometimes it's difficult to get the dream design or the dream things you want, even though in the minimalist designs they are sometimes the most expensive one because the materials is super beautiful. I mean, I see beautiful things in Pinterest, but they all cost a lot of money. So do you think you could make dream designs even with a limited budget? As I said, asking for a friend. It's hard, but because I see many beautiful like inspiration, super simple, but still I am like.
I would say it's a challenge. And
you like to work with people who has a unlimited budget?
No, I will explain you how it is. So if they're like, I really don't have to work with like super big budgets. I'm actually happy to do it simple because that's also how I live. But there is a certain limit, like how cheap you can go, right?
Yeah.
Because as I said, like I love a mix of second hands with something modern. But for example, if we rely only on second hands, I think that becomes a bit messy and clutter. So it has to be a little bit balanced. And also what you need to have in mind, and what I have as a designer, if there is a super tight budget, an interior designer needs to spend much more time researching things.
That's true.
So
because
let's
there are
say
always options and alternatives, right? Where you can offer like.
So let's say that I can propose a lamp which costs 100 euros, for example, but my client says like, I want something cheaper, can we find something same or similar for 50? So then the client needs to pay for my time for 1 or 2 hours researching cheaper options, right? So at the end, I think it's the same price that he pays, right? So, and this is something I have to be conscious. If the client at the beginning tells me, we don't have money, I have to assume that I have to spend more time and I have to charge them more money. Yeah. So it's a bit contradictory, but it's also, it makes sense, right? If there's no money, it's more time.
Sure. Bueno, let's see.
Sorry, I know you were hoping for a miracle, but
yeah, no, I did some renovations at my place, and sometimes I like. Bueno, I don't know how to explain now, very short, but I feel sometimes the architect didn't really think of different options. Like they were like, it would be super beautiful to install these amazing windows in a blue color, but that was super expensive, or this radiant floor that gives. I was like, but my needs, and of course I really like good design, and but maybe check first the needs of the client based on your, because if I want you as the architect, it's because I trust on your skills, but also I really like your design skills. So I really trust on your design, but maybe you have to adapt whatever.
I think, but it's like selling everything, right, to people, to customers. Like you first have to start with asking questions, like to understand what's the need, right?
Yeah.
How you spend the day, like do you work from home, do you work from the office, do you need home office? So I always start with lots of questions.
Very.
And yeah, also the budget, it's important. And if you're an experienced architect, you know more or less what are the prices for what. So then you can like incorporate it in the conversation, right? Like I
Yeah.
tell you that, or you can have this beautiful panoramic window, but it will be expensive. But it, like in my opinion, it's worth it. But if you don't have budget,
then
we
can
can
take
make
a
this.
piece and then, yeah. Well, let's see. Seriously, if you are thinking of deciding everything, Marta is really good. I really like. And also, you are very easygoing and yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm cool.
You're good. Y como se dice, bueno, I don't know. Marta, what new skill would you like to get?
What new skill?
For example, I'll tell you mine. I would love to learn sewing. I have
Uh,
no idea, like not even like a button. I would love to be able to do something like
yeah.
that's kind of the skill.
That's actually something I would have in mind as well because I like fashion and it's so nice, especially I recently came back to secondhands. When I was a kid, I was always going with my grandma for secondhands. Like every Monday, 9 a.m., she had the shop, so like 5 to 9, I was going
Nice.
there. And then we were like, and I had so many things. And recently I was not that happy with my wardrobe. And I was like, where was the best time in my life where I had like, I was the happiest. And it was when I was like 18, 20, 21. And most of the things I had was like vintage secondhands. So now when I was in Poland a month ago, I went back like crazy to the secondhands and I bought so many good things. But most of them, they need a bit of adjustment. So then I went to the sewing lady.
So sewing, maybe you want to learn.
Yeah. But I like learning new things. Like last winter, I learned snowboarding from scratch a bit because I did it 10 years ago.
It's your new passion.
It's super nice. And next winter, I want to try skiing. So yes, but I have to be careful because all the people around me, they're like so cool and so adventurous, and then they are pushing, and I wanted to be like them, and then that's when I broke my finger. So yeah, I'm coming back to my a bit precautious mode, but still learning new things. Huh?
Yeah, it's harder when we are older, but then it's also very rewarding because I learned to ride a bike 10 years ago. No, not even less, 8 years ago. I learned to ride a bike 8 years ago.
Okay.
It was way harder for me, but when I managed to go down, like in a downhill, like, and I was like screaming like, yes, I did it. I'm so happy. I want to go back to this.
But why you didn't learn before, like as a kid? It's not that popular here.
We don't want to listen to dramas now of my childhood.
Okay. I see.
Like we're almost done it. We have 2 more questions to go, and then these 9 rapid fires, and that's it.
Oh, I forgot about rapid fires. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What habits do you try to maintain while you're traveling, and which are the most difficult ones to keep? For example, like doing a sport, eating healthy, habits.
Yeah.
Little habits or big habits? I don't know. Working.
So exactly that's what you said. I think it's super important to keep your habits when you travel because then it's like easier to feel at home in places because at least you carry these habits. So for me, it's workouts, yoga and weighted workouts and cooking. Mm-hmm. So I really try to cook well. I think most of digital nomads, what I'm seeing, they're easy about this. They prefer to eat in the restaurant. I prefer to cook myself, healthy things. And recently I go very high with this. I really like spend lots of time. Like I always cook, like just for myself. I always clean the kitchen.
For myself. Remember the salmon in the when we had the period?
Yeah.
Because it was good.
Salmon was good for this. Yeah, that's true. Sí. And spinach. So I do this, but I don't think it's super challenging. I mean, every time you go to the new shop, like you have to work a little bit. But for me, and I'm realizing that recently, it's a good working setup. I think that's the most difficult when you travel. So you always stay in different places. But for me, it's very important. I'm so much more productive and happy with my work if I have like my nice big desk with a screen and it's like in a nice orientation in a room. So for example, it's not in front of the window because then you have too much glare because, I'm sensitive. So this is the most challenging, I think. And
Yeah,
I'm
working, eh?
almost too picky. No, I like working. I really enjoy working when I have a
Yeah.
good setup. For me, then it's like so pleasant. But if I don't have, I get impatient and I'm just focusing
Yeah.
on different things. So yeah.
No, and I
yes.
think many people who are in the same situation as you feel the same. I don't know. I wanted to ask you to see because for all the million of people who are listening this podcast, they will think, also my habits are this or this. Yeah, I don't know. I think having good habits and like really inside of you will help you to feel at home, as you said, indeed. Yeah. And if I were you, I would also try to always do my workout, cooking as well, like doing my soup every week. Like I really like to eat soup in the night.
Yeah, because it's also like all these things are like the things how you take care after yourself, right? If you do a
the
workout, you
skincare.
feel so much better. Skincare, of course, like your morning routine, your evening routine, like also trying to like sometimes meditate. Or what I started recently, I was always a bit like against it. It sounded funny to me. The gratitude journal. So that's what I do. I mean, on and off, but it's a nice routine, like before you go to sleep as well.
Do you think there are people who have a habit of when they travel, they have to date? It's a habit. Like I go to a new place, let's date with people. Maybe it's a nice habit, dating. So you meet the local community.
I think it's nice because it's just another way to meet more people.
Okay, we can add this habit to your. You're like I do, Silvia. I do. Vale, we're done with the questions. Easy, no? I wasn't
Easy.
hard with you.
Very easy. I was
easy.
expecting more.
Yeah, I had another question. I can say it now. What do you like the most and the least of your body?
What I like, what? Sorry.
The most
Yeah.
and the least of your body.
Of my body.
You have to choose. You wanted something else, stomach?
I like my hands.
Your hands.
Yeah, I think they're super nice.
Yeah, they are super nice, but you have more beautiful things, I guess. Your eyes.
I think my
You
eyes
say-
are okay.
See your face in general.
And what I don't like is shins, because I would prefer to have Barbie shins and I have more muscly shins.
Okay, eso? What?
The lower part of the legs.
Esto.
This is easy question for me because I like asking these questions to other people and I have answers. I like hands and like my arms. I think I super like.
Do you like your
Shins
butt and your boobs?
Actually, but I improved a lot recently.
Yeah, that's nice.
I have some.
Workout.
I work out a lot for butt. I always like butt workout. I think that's the most important. Really, like some.
No, if you have a strong butt, I'll also.
And also the shape, like a pitch shape. Yeah. That's so important. And recently, I was always doing one exercises, and now with Coco, she showed me how to do it with the strap, the elastic band. And I think, this is much harder. And I see the difference in the mirror.
See?
Yeah, I show you.
To try. No, please. Marta always gives me good tips, about like skincare, butt exercises, and other things.
Also for the boobs, I have also one exercise that improved a lot. They become bigger and nicer.
I don't want them bigger. I was told when I was a teenager eating walnuts.
Wow.
Walnuts, but I don't know. I have super big butts and I don't like
But did you eat the walnuts? Maybe that's why.
No. It's my genetic big butts. Bueno, that's it. Then rapid questions. Do you want to do like this, doing a squat, doing a plank, whatever? What do you want?
How many questions are those?
9. It's called 9 rapid fire.
I don't know. I just face it because I feel like I have to really understand.
Vale. Yeah, the first one is weird, but...
So I like how much time I have to answer?
Nothing. 1 second. It's like, chum, black or white? The first one.
Oh my god.
Marta, no, it's easy. With
Easy?
you, I really like you, Marta. Okay, 1, beauty or functionality?
Beauty.
Vale, I know. 2, city or town?
Town.
Snowboard or beach?
Snowboard. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Switzerland, eh? Wine or beer?
A beer.
See? Wine with grapes and cheese? Yeah.
Craft beer.
Slow travel or visiting many places?
Slow travel.
Spanish food or Polish food?
Polish.
Ah, qué fuerte. Vale. This one. Posturing or authenticity?
Authenticity.
You're always authenticity.
Of course.
But sometimes you are posturing, like taking a picture of a nice thingy and... But the real Marta, it's authenticity. I know it because I know the real Marta.
But it depends for which thing. Authenticity, I think, for how we speak and like what I say. But you know, the thing about the pictures, it's because I like beauty. It's different subject.
Shit, I forgot one question. What's the most important one?
Well, say it now.
Yeah, we finish with this, and then we decide if you see it like perfect, like we do a cut and we put it again, or if it's supernatural. And okay, last one. Oh no. Okay, remain in comfort zone or go out from it. Remaining in the comfort zone or go out from it.
Go out from meat, but meat
From it.
from it. Yeah, go out. Yeah.
See, you like to
Yeah,
go out
of
from
course.
the sunset or sunrise.
Sunrise.
Sunrise, even though if you have to wake up super early. I mean, yeah, Marta.
Yeah, sunrise. I said
Sunrise. Okay, done. And now the last question that I forgot before, and let's see how we fix this. What kind of people do you like to surround yourself, or what kind of people you don't want to surround yourself? You can reply either way. Be authentic. Say the truth.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know, I think it will not be a very deep answer, but I think it's like everybody, like people that if you meet them and if you leave them after the meeting, you feel so much better, like energized, and you're so glad you met them and you just want to meet them again. And it's just like the general feeling like about energy, like I believe in energy, you know, that, and then some people like you meet and it's just
Yeah, but what are your values for this? What are the things
values.
you
We
are
are back to values.
Back to values. I mean, you have to come be precise, but the values, because we talk about this, and I think we made a conclusion.
Yeah, so
Because kind
authenticity.
people, it's
I think I like the combination of authenticity, so I can have a nice chat, but I don't like the chat to be too serious. Like if it's always like with some people going too deep and always like dwelling on things, I like this conversation to be fun and light at the same time. So you are a perfect example because we are able to have like a super interesting, like and intelligent chats, like learn, like teaching each other, but at the same we keep joking and we like just keep entertaining each other. And I think that's what exactly what gives the good energy, that you have fun and at the same time you feel like you created with this time something valuable.
And I think also empatia. Help me. Empathy.
Empathy.
Empathy is very important because sometimes you could think of something, but you don't empathize with another person. But then you are like, no. But if people,
I think I'm empathic because I never know.
No,
I always feel like other people are more empathic than me. Like I'm more,
I think you analyze things a lot in general. So when someone tells you something, you try to empathize. Okay, we are super bad in time. But because it's super interesting, I really trust people is still listening.
Yeah.
If not,
I mean, if they survive until now, they can survive 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Pero bueno, yeah. Authenticity, basically, right?
Yeah.
And kind people.
Kind people as well. And beautiful people. Like, just beautiful people, like inside and outside.
Yeah.
And going for nice food in nice places.
Bueno. That's it, Marta. Did you feel good? Did you like the interview?
Yeah, it was nice. I love it.
Nice? From 1 to 10? I mean,
can we cut it? It was amazing.
Amazing. You know where I prepare it? In the waiting room of the doctor. It's a really good area to be focused because there is no one. It's everything on silent because you cannot speak loud. I prepare it there.
I think you can create something anywhere because I remember when you told me how did you write an article about me, and you said like you did it in a zona the
Super
in between or in your house, you put the music, you were looking at my plant, and then you wrote it like super inspired. But then this time, doctor's appointment, why not?
I think I have a skill. That's true. Bueno, pues that's it for today. As usual, if you like it, give a heart. If you want to say something not bad, something like not hurting but nice, leave a comment. And all of these Instagrammer influencer things. See you next time. Thank you for coming and for saying. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for more unfiltered conversations. If you like this episode, make sure you give us a 5-star review and follow us on social media for more.